Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome back to the Unhinged BookCast. This is a book podcast hosted by two book besties. I'm LJ.
And I'm Jess. Whether this is your first time joining or you've been here from the start, we are happy and thankful you are joining us.
Whether we're deep diving into thoughts and theories or just writing the vibes, we love discussing our current reads with each other and now with all of you.
Tonight we are continuing the War of Lost Hearts series by Carissa Broadbent with Book 1, Daughter of No Worlds. Tonight's episode is episode 2 of our discussions with chapters 22 through 48.
You can join our discussions chapter by chapter in our club on the Fable app without spoilers. We have one book club for the current podcast read and another for the Book Besties Thursdays.
Book Besties Thursdays is more of a monthly book club where we read a book together and discuss it as a whole, just like a book club.
Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, Fable, and right here on YouTube for new episodes, updates, and fun book-related content.
And don't forget to share, it helps us grow and reach new friends. But before we get started, we need to give a quick content warning.
We are reading romantic fantasy books, which tend to include violence and open-door romance.
Though our conversations tend to skirt these topics, we do frequently use naughty words that are not intended for little listening ears.
Okay, so let's get started because I feel like we should have done this yesterday when I was at your house,
I know.
but it wasn't going to happen because of all the boy chaos. All four
No.
boys in one house is always
Plus the big
insane.
boys
Plus the
kept
two big boys, they
disappearing.
kept running away from us.
They kept disappearing, so.
I love how my husband was like, "Yeah, we'll just record it while we're there, and then you don't have to record it tomorrow night." And we're like, "All right, sure, that'll happen." And
Like,
then like
all
I
right.
don't, dude, I didn't even have. I still had like what the mac and cheese in the truck still, and my husband's already gone downstairs with yours,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like, "Bro."
He's like, we'll be right back. Okay.
Oh, by the way, the handcuffs are at my house if you're looking for them.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Not your husband's handcuffs, but the other ones,
Right. The toy.
the toy ones. I for sure would be on my way back right now if we had actual officer handcuffs. Oh, okay.
Oh.
So really though, let's get started.
Okay, before we like jump into new characters though, I have to know where you're at. Do you like it yet?
I think we should say that for thoughts and theories.
Oh, okay, we can save that
We
for
can save
thoughts
it
and
for thoughts
theories.
and theories.
Okay,
We can save it
we
for
will
thoughts and
save it
theories.
then. All
But
right.
it has changed since last week.
Okay. Good.
I will say that.
Good. Okay, well, I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are then.
Okay. So
All
let's do
right.
it. So then new characters. Who do we have?
All right, so not m hardly anything this time, which
Yep.
I kind of appreciated. So we have Azim, which is Asmaris. It's his son and heir. And he's, Asmaris was
The former slave
the
owner.
right former slave owner of Tasana. So now that he's gone, his son Azim is taking over. And then we have Azray.
Sure.
You listened to it.
I did listen to it over a week ago,
Okay, that's fair.
and I only did once
So
this time.
we'll say Azray. And so we don't learn a whole lot about this person, but this person was Zareth's predecessor.
Yeah. Jude before him.
Hmm.
Speaking of Zareth, we also learn that he is the Arch Commandant
Arch
of the
Commandant.
Orders. What? Okay, fine. Arch Commandant.
Commandant.
Because we read naked. Arch Commandant of the Orders.
Yes, which I kind of
Um,
thought was Nura at first. Nura, but I was
well,
mistaken. I know she
I
wasn't. I do remember them saying she was second in command. So,
I had to ask Alexa what Arch Commandant meant. So, I mean, there's that.
there's that. I never know military hierarchy or any of that
Right? I
stuff
was
when
like,
they're
all
like the
right, okay,
sergeant and the
cool.
colonel is. I'm like, I don't know who's who.
Would have
Who's
asked your
higher than the
husband, be
other
like, what's
person?
this? And he would have told me like something really stupid. And I would have been
He
like,
would have made you
okay, I'm gonna
feel
put
stupid
that.
first.
He would have made me feel stupid. He would have told me something really stupid, but like made me believe it. I would have put it in the
That's
notes,
fair.
and then he would be listening to it later and he'd be like, oh, she's so stupid.
I got her.
Jokes on her. Because we didn't have enough fun with each other this weekend. Okay. So you didn't put it in here, so I made sure I put it in here. But
I didn't know where it
Roche,
belonged.
I
Yeah.
know, but I feel like the name, and I don't know, I kind of feel like this,
Very
it,
sentient. So,
yeah, it's a, I don't know exactly what I feel, but it's a thing, obviously.
hmm
So, but it
hmm
is the pure magic that is in Tasana's mind, and was previously in Max.
Yep.
And I don't know if we put it in later, but Nura had tried, but wasn't able to wield it.
I don't think I did put it in. I think I
Yeah,
thought
that's
about it,
what
but didn't actually. But
when I was
yes.
going through notes, I don't think I seen that, but
Yeah, it doesn't like it. It really likes Max and likes Tasana because she's close to Max. Did not
mhm.
like Nura though, which is interesting because she was also close to Max. So
Well, we don't know if that's why it took to Tasana
we don't know exactly.
is because Max or is it something else? But
Yeah, I think that's what they kind of try to make you believe, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So okay, cool.
Okay.
So location. And I have basically nothing other than I just had that we were in the first chapter that we start off with 22.
hmm
We are still in Tarn. Oh my goodness, all the fourth wing news, and now all I see is Tarn. But
I know. It's yeah.
um, whatever that one is,
They're in Aura, but
yes, but they were in
yeah.
Tarn still cleaning up
Yeah.
from all the stuff they did with what's his bucket, pirate, I quit.
I can't remember his name, but
Yes,
yeah, something
that
like
one.
that. That guy. Yep.
Yeah. So I just put that in there that we were still like they were cleaning up the town because they felt like that was like appropriate after they, helped
hmm
with the bullshit.
Destroying it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they were cleaning that up before they headed home, which back
true.
to literally the house, which we don't know exactly where it is because everybody keeps
It is
just
on the
zapping
map.
everywhere.
It is on the
Oh, it
map.
is?
If you look at the map, oh yeah, crap. I always keep forgetting to bring my book down because I only have the physical book. But it is on the map and it is in Aura and it's like not super far from the towers, but far enough. It's just like a little
Okay.
blip on the map that says Max's
Max's
cottage.
house. That's
His
funny.
cottage. Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. So yeah, that's what I've got. So
Okay.
history and stories from the past. I also had this first note that you had, but you go for it.
Okay. So chapter 23. So Nura's power, or maybe one of her powers, we don't know if she has more than just this one,
Yeah.
but this one power is basically drowning people in the worst of their fears or their worst like memories.
And we
So
kind of seen
some
like a
like
little bit
darker
of
mind
that.
magic.
Yeah, we seen a little bit of that last time. I think Max had to like explain it to Chisana or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. And then we find out quite a bit of history this time of Max's. So first off in chapter 23, he is one of seven kids. There are three brothers, Bran, Verocilis, Ataculius, and then three sisters. There are twins, Sheila and Mariska, and then the youngest, Kira. And then Max is the second born. And Kira was the youngest. She died at 12. We learned that she liked snakes and spiders and creepy crawly things, and she was a little dark, but kind of cool.
I like her.
I know,
I
I
thought
do
she was
too.
pretty fun.
Yeah. Yep. And then chapter 25, we find out that Max and Nura grew up together and were lovers for a long time until their beliefs no longer aligned, and it came out that, or that came out in the most violent possible manner. And I think those were actually Max's words, is how he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to take the next one, or do you want me to say it and then you?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're jumping all the way to chapter 39 from 25. So 8 years earlier from where we're currently reading, fighting the battle in Sarlazai, that they could not hope to win, Nura had reached into Max's mind and forced him to unleash his power on the city, destroying the entire thing, but winning them the war, which is our prologue scene, I
Yeah.
believe.
I think so too. Or
Yeah.
like right before the prologue scene. I can't remember where the prologue cuts off, but
The prologue cuts off with like, pretty sure it cuts off with like blinding fire and destruction.
okay. I couldn't remember if it's just like she's like, I'm your commander now or what, but
Yeah, it's that part, and then he feels her rooting around in his mind, and then the power
oh, okay, okay,
explodes, and then it's pretty much done.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then chapter 40. So while Tasana is sleeping slash recovering from the
Richey.
Riche, she has these dreams slash flashbacks slash memories from Max's mind from like Max's point of view. Um, and So there's a bunch of dreams. I
Yes.
didn't bring my book down, but this whole dream, I believe, because this is the first one, is him going back to visit his family. And in this chapter specifically, it cuts off at he's visiting his family, and this is after the battle where everything went to shit, but he basically won the battle. He goes back to visit his family, and so him and Kira, his little sister that likes snakes and creepy crawlies, are in her like snake shed, pretty
Yeah.
much. And
Yeah,
she's
that's
showing
what it
him all
sounded
of
like. Yeah.
her new little creepy crawlies. And so that's the
Little
first
critters.
memory, little thing that we have here. So that's in chapter 40. Then we go to chapter 41, and I just put
Oh,
because
well,
this whole
you hold on. Do you missed out that his little sister Kira is like the only other
oh
wielder in the family too.
yes,
So it's just her and him that can use magic, right?
right.
Yeah.
Right, which is interesting. It doesn't pass to
It's not
everybody.
like everybody has it. But that was kind of like a question that I think I even had last time too. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
so does everybody just have one or the other kind of magic or like what?
Yeah, is there like just normal non-magical people
Yeah.
or yeah,
So
yeah,
that's a little bit more just kind of figuring it out too.
yeah. So, all right, and then we go to chapter 41, and my first thing was fuck because this was a little brutal.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't know this could truly be history or plot points. I put it in history because it is history.
Yeah.
Um, but we're still getting Max's memories in Tisana's mind here. And so Roche is showing them to her. So this one is of Max while he's visiting his family while he's on his little break after the war and the battle in Sarlazai. And he has an argument with Roche and tries to block it out of his head, which pisses it off. And then it uses Max's body, like basically animates Max's body, and
Mhm.
uses Max to kill Max's entire family with Max's own hands. So it looks like
Mhm.
Max did it, but it was Roche that did it through him to get back at Max. Because this Roche thing, it creature, magic, whatever it is, wants to be the only thing that Max loves. So he got rid of everything else that he loved because it's obsessed with him.
Yeah. Pretty
So
much.
yeah. Yeah. I did not cry though during that part. I kind of thought I might,
Oh,
but I
that's
did
good.
not. Yeah.
I would have been shocked somehow
You
that you
would
cried over that.
would have
Yeah.
been if I did.
Yeah. I didn't think that was any okay. Like obviously it's sad, but it's so like in the past, but it's also like trying to build the story here of what's
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't.
in
I
theory
wasn't
going to
attached
happen
to
to
those
Desana.
people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Family stuff gets me usually. That's the stuff that's
Yeah,
gonna get
that's
me.
true. I mean, it might have been like normal, but I don't know. Okay, so plot points. These are quick rapid fire bullet point notes that we think are important to the story as a whole. What's your first note?
So first in 24, Nura brings Tasana a letter from Zareth, and she finds out that he is the Arch Commandant of the Orders, like we had said a second ago.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah. And Max is like super surprised that she doesn't know already because he's like, well, he has to tell like every other word that comes out of his mouth reminds people that that's what he is. He's very proud and like a peacock flaunting that. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I agreed with this thought, and it's I don't know, probably why everybody seems like to think it's strange when she mentions like, "Oh, I want to see that person and
Right.
I want to talk to him and he told me to come here and all these kind of things." And everybody's like,
Hmm.
"Are you sure about like wait, what?"
Are you
Like,
sure we're talking about the same person here?
yeah, kind of thing. So that kind of explains that a little bit more too. And just kind of his actions later, obviously, but
Oh yeah, we definitely get to know him better
yeah.
as we go along here. But this as being our only second chapter that we read for this chapter chunk, I was suspicious like, that's interesting. If he's a very arrogant type of person and he kept that quiet the whole time and was just like, "Yeah, come visit me at the tower sometime. I think you'd fit in great." That just was weird.
Yeah. Cool. I had the next note. So
Me
this is
too.
in
Oh.
25. So this is at this point, this is 2 months out from these exams, right? And they're going
Mhm.
to work on the stratagramms, which are like the circle
Mhm.
drawings or whatever. And she gets this ink for like drawing her circles or whatever he's having her doing, right? And it
Mhm.
like zaps her or whatever. And then so this is the vial, like when he was telling her back with,
Yep.
I put in Val and I know that's
Via.
not her Via.
Via.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It might have corrected for me too.
Yeah.
But she picked out like what I don't know. She was like, red is the one I want or whatever. And he goes,
Yep.
interesting choice or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was funny. And I guess that's what that is. So I guess we still don't really fully know the whole bit of it, but that's what that is.
But there might
It's
be some little something there about the inks.
spicy magic. I don't know.
Ye yeah.
Spice. Wait, no, no spice. There's no spice yet.
No spice. Okay, and then 27, Max gives her this special necklace the night before her test with stratograms on the back for healing, warmth, and to bring her back home to his cottage if she ever wants it. Which I
That was
think the
cutesy.
necklace the necklace is literally, I know you're listening to it, so like on the front of the book, there's a couple different covers, but the cover that I have is she has this necklace.
Yeah,
It's
you have
like
the
a
newer cover. Yeah.
yeah, this necklace is on her on the cover, and it's a lot of times, not always, but sometimes there can be clues in like the titles and little
And
things like
titles
that.
and yeah. Yep. I also want to know why it says Daughters of No World now after what we know, which we'll get there.
Hmm.
But like with the blaze, so that's interesting to
Yes,
me too.
I
So,
was thinking the same thing. I was actually looking at the titles of the next books too, going, okay.
uh-huh.
We
So
can talk about that in thoughts and
we
theories.
can, yes, exactly.
And then, okay, so then chapter 29, Nura takes her to do a special final test in her eval. It takes her to this like big, it's like a ballroom, basically. And there's three spheres on like pedestals throughout the room and then a metal bowl in the middle. And her task is to get the spheres into the bowl. And then but then as she gets started, there's like darkness, and then Nura's obviously using her mind magic on her, and it's kind of turns into a big shit show. Then she feels this other presence there, and it's Zareth.
Mhm.
And she's able to like, well, I'll go into my next note. So in 30, then it continues with this. And Zareth is using his magic, which we're not, it's also some sort of mind magic. Um, or one of the magics he can use. And is like in her mind compelling her, trying to get her to kneel before him and not finish the test and whatnot. And she's able to push him out and fight back and finishes the test. But in this chapter, after that situation, because the first time we really like meet him, actually, it is the first time we meet him in person, is in chapter 30. And I was like, yeah, I don't trust this dude at all.
No, not a
At all.
damn bit. I mean, I was starting to feel, I think last time, I think I was starting to feel it. Like this
The
mysterious
way that
person.
Max, yeah,
Yeah,
the way that
and then
Max
and
didn't like him.
what's his bucket? Moths
Mm,
dude.
Cameron.
Salmon, yeah, the way they all kind of reacted to it, kind of, or to his
Yeah.
name, more or less when she mentions it, is
I was wondering back and forth during our last episode if he was like going to be a part of this potential rebellion kind of thing that might be going on, which I don't even know
yeah.
if that's a thing now. Like if he could have been a good guy maybe, and he was like kind of being undercover and sneakily trying to get Tasana into the
No, he's
orders.
definitely bad.
He's
He's like
definitely a
starting a
bad guy.
war. He's going to
Yeah,
start the war.
do
They
not
said they
like this
think a war
guy.
is going to start,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, yeah, we want you contracted for this war. So obviously they're
Mm-hmm.
starting the fucking war.
Yep.
So sorry, that was a little bit of my thoughts and theories in that, but
You're good. Yeah.
um, so go ahead.
Okay, so then in chapter 30, we find out that Azine, Ismaris' son, has taken over, and that him and his dad were not in good terms when Ismaris died. Like,
Mhm.
Ismaris like took his eye and cut him off of everything and kicked him out. Was the last that anyone kind of heard from this guy. And now he's back, taking
Yep.
over everything, which I have some thoughts on him later.
Yep.
And then chapter 31, Zareth takes her to see someone that he brought back from Thrall, um, during the unrest there. And it's not Cyril, because that's who she's hoping for and that's who she asked for. But it's Voss.
Yep. And Boss was the, I don't know, I couldn't think of another word, but like stable boy.
Yeah, basically
That
that is what he
was
was, yeah.
that her and what is his name? It's not
Cyril.
Cyril, but yeah,
Cyril.
Cyril ran into when they were getting the horse for her to leave.
Yeah, and they didn't like let him in on anything either.
No, just more like, oh, she bought her freedom, da da da, da.
Yeah.
She's out of here, kind of thing. She's
Mm-hmm.
too good for us now, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Then 35. Um, so Tasana receives a letter from Zareth the morning after the ball because she goes, okay, so we didn't really talk about the ball, but like she goes to this ball and she makes a big scene,
Yeah,
which I thought was kind of a cool power move on her part,
a
trying to
little
get,
bit, but still, they always, oh, and then there she was in this beautiful gown with her scars everywhere. But he loved her just as much. Like, I don't know. That's all I could hear during this part in my head.
I thought it was like a super like, fuck you. Here's what's actually going
Yes,
on. I'm gonna show everybody what's going on. I'm not afraid of these scars and I'm gonna own this shit and you guys are all gonna know what's going on.
I know.
And
But
I loved how
yes,
uncomfortable
I
it
can
made
see where,
Zareth.
yes, I can see how it was supposed to like make people feel. But like at the same time, it's just another story with a ball, and she's just like this little Cinderella thing, and she wants to make an impact on everyone. And
She did though.
yes, but it's predictable as shit.
No.
Yes.
Did you think that about Throne of Glass?
When was the ball?
She goes to there's a couple situations in those books. I don't
Okay.
want to give away
We,
spoilers.
yeah, I was gonna say, we, hold on, we cannot go down this road
Mm.
because I have to like contain myself later. So,
Okay. Okay,
but
we'll keep
anyway,
going.
yeah, I just think
We'll keep going.
it's not that I thought it wasn't a power move or anything like that. It was just very, yep, this checks out. Like this makes sense. This is what's
Okay.
gonna, yep, kind of thing. But then like Max is like googly eyed over her, like, this is who I am. And you should all know what's going on. He's like, oh damn, nice dress though. That
Yeah.
ass. Kind of thing. Okay, anyway, we can move on. I'm so sorry. I have
You're good.
derailed the trade.
Okay. So anyways, after this ball. So the morning after, because she really like kind of shakes Zareth gets pretty shaken up by
Mhm,
her appearance and her performance there. And he sends her a letter requesting her to meet him at the towers alone. And she mentions it to Max, and he says how Zareth had said to her in the past that he had to test her or whatever. And she's thinking that it was during her final eval or whatever that's this test.
mhm.
And um and Max has like this freak out moment and starts panicking and begging her not to go to the meeting and telling her that if she does go, say no to everything they offer you, no matter what, no matter if they offer you your wildest dreams, say no, don't make any deals. She asks why, and he painfully tells her that he can't say.
Okay. So this is probably the point that I started getting interested
Okay.
when Max is, but it was more like Max saying like because he can see what's going on. And so
Hmm.
he's like, fuck this. You and me, let's go do this. Like, and I was really kind of hoping that like she would go, okay, let's go, and then we'll take care of
Hmm.
this. And it'll be us against the world kind of thing, or whatever, or us against the bad guys. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I was really hoping that that's kind of where the story was going.
Yeah.
Where they would have to, she would kind of have to figure out what he can't say.
Hmm.
And obviously they could still make this like, I don't know, pure magic that we injected into somebody that's just a fucking parasite anyway,
Hmm.
into somebody else, and then they would have to get it out of somebody else. That's kind of where I thought this was going, and I was getting really interested in like that part. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this might get pretty cool. You know what I mean? And then we have to like not only save our friend, but like also get some other people to start to fight in this war that we're gonna have and stuff like that. And I don't know. That's where I thought this was going. And I got really
Yeah.
excited. And then like next chapter and I started getting pissed off again. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I was kind of hoping it was going to go that way too, especially because my original thoughts were that there was like some sort of rebellion kind of starting and whatnot, and they were going to like be the faces of it and they're going to start this stuff and whatnot. But
and like it still could be, but
yeah, it could be. It could be.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I got a little frustrated in the next chapter too.
Yeah.
So, talking about the next chapter, 36. So, she's in this meeting and they want Tasana to wield and be a weapon, to basically be given a special kind of magic that will only bond with certain, quote, hosts, to help them end another war that appears to be starting up with the Rivenai. In exchange, they will help her on her own quest in Thrall, and they tell her how there's only ever been one other person that could wield this great power. And she puts the pieces together pretty quick that that was Max. Um, and then going into 37, the next chapter, she is thinking everything that Max told her before she walks into the meeting, and she's so tempted and enticed by them saying like, we'll do what you want. You can have the army, you can fight in Thrall, you can do, get your people out, whatever. So she goes for it. But she demands a blood pact before she will help them. And they end up agreeing to all of her terms. Which I don't know about this now. Like when I first put this note in here, I was kind of thinking because they were like, "Oh, you've never done a blood pact before." I'm thinking they could have easily
Mm-hmm.
like they just agreed to everything so easy. I'm like, did they actually make a blood pact? Or did she
Right.
just sign her life away and it was a fake blood pact because she
I
doesn't know
think
any
so
better?
too.
Yeah.
I think so too. And I think it was like also like oh, this is all what you want. This is what's important to you. But also because of the way he reacted at the ball or whatever,
Hmm.
like what are your motives? What are you going at here? And then it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna put this worm in you and then
Yeah.
be able to more or less control you, kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Oh, exactly.
yeah. Oh, and then like, okay, so some of these demands, so these were my thoughts also that like some of these demands that she like makes for part of this blood pact or contract, whatever we're calling it, is that they were going to go to Thrall first. And Nira agrees that this would like be good training for her with the weapon.
Hmm.
And they are going to try to get her friends out for 2 weeks, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And then if they don't find them in that time, or she doesn't find them in that time, they are to continue looking while she goes off to wherever the fuck she's supposed to go next.
Hmm.
And also that Max is to be freed of all arrangements orders.
Hmm.
And I believe that she agrees on that she will be the weapon for 5 years or until the war is over, or
Yep.
whichever comes first.
Whichever comes 1st. Hmm.
Yeah. And like just the way they're just like they don't argue with her.
I
Like
know.
I had the same thoughts. I was like, this is like there's
They
not
know
really much of a
something.
push and pull other than the timing of it.
Yeah.
And they were just
Yeah.
kind of like interested in her demands more than anything. Like,
Hmm.
huh, this is what you want. Okay.
Okay. Like like we have more leverage over you kind of
Like
thing.
where does everything lie? What are you gonna tell us? Kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yep. So that was kind of like my thoughts on all of that too.
Hmm. And then, so then in 38, she is taken to go receive this magic. And they go into this room. There's two beds, and there's on one bed is a
See, I
man.
don't can I sorry, really
Go
quick.
ahead.
So I
Hmm.
don't think she knows it's like magic yet. Because it's just a weapon, is what they consider it,
Right.
right?
Right.
And like I
Yeah,
don't
she
even think
doesn't.
she understands
She
that
didn't
it's
know
going to be
anything.
in her either.
No,
Well, she's
she
gonna
definitely
become
should have
this weapon.
asked more
Right.
questions before she did this. I
Yes.
was my first thought.
Right. And then like she doesn't know it's magic or more or less pure magic until she asks Richey, what are
Hmm.
you? Or something like that. And she says pure magic or something like
Yep.
that. Or they call me pure magic or something like that.
Yeah, raw magic.
Raw magic.
Hmm.
Pure magic. Yeah, something like that. So
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead
No,
on
you're
that one.
good.
Start over on that one. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So she goes in to receive this magic or whatever. And so yeah, so there's a room, two beds next to each other, and on one bed there's this man chained to this one bed, and he's more like a vegetable, than a man. And she's told to lay on the other bed, and then Zareth takes some of the man's blood and puts it in her open wound that she has from making the blood pact. And then
Mhm.
all she knows is like this blinding white pain. And so my thoughts were like, I'm afraid that the terms of her agreement with them may have locked her into one day being like this vegetable magic donor person.
Yeah, I had the
That's
same thoughts.
like she didn't ask enough questions at all. And so yeah, they're gonna take it from her one day or whatever, or she's gonna be done. But she did not specify how long it had to take for them to take it out of her or anything like that. I mean, like, I'm afraid she's gonna end up getting used. I mean, that's not how that's not how it's gonna end, because that would be a poor
Yeah.
ending. But I could see that possibly happening down the road.
And it's like, were they just using more or less dead bodies to hold this power?
Could be.
until they found somebody else for it. I don't know.
I don't know.
And how did they know that she would be able to accept it when?
Well, because I do remember that when because I don't think we put this in notes, but when Max goes to see Nura before he goes to see Tasana when she's recovering, and they kind of go start talking, and Nura says, so remember the little wound that she had on the inside of her wrist when she first gets to the towers and they're healing her and stuff, and she's like, huh, that's a new one. And Nura says how they gave Riche some of her blood to see if it would accept.
Oh, no, no, no. I do remember this. So like
Hmm.
it looked like an injection site or
Yep.
something like that. So
Yep.
they
It
had
was
just like
something
drawn
different.
her blood or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I do
they
remember that now. Yeah.
And yeah, so Nura tells Max that they had given her it to some of her blood to see if it liked it, and it did. So that's one of the
Yeah.
ways they knew.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Right. I do remember that now.
yeah. So then chapter 39. So 39, this is where we learn what this is, the name of this magic, Riche. And it is a living sort of thing, and it's obsessed with Max. And that's what we learn in
Yeah.
that chapter.
Yeah. I don't know. Made me think of a Parasite from another series that we can't talk about because
Yeah.
that's a huge spoiler. And yeah, it really
Hmm.
does. It makes me think Parasite.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe even Godly Parasite. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
Vibes.
thinking here. Yep.
Yeah.
So then also in 39, it appears that Max, with Riche's power, accidentally severely burned every single part of Nura's body with the fire during the last battle, and this would be the one from the prologue. And so when Nura went into his mind and forced him to use this power to level the city of Sarlazai, um, she actually had intended that she was going to die at that point, and she didn't. And the only way that her face got saved was through like some major magic plastic surgery. But that's why she wears like the neck high dresses and long sleeves and all that kind of stuff all the time because
Yeah.
she's a disaster underneath all that from that time.
Sounds like a whole nother kind of disaster too, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
sounds like a horrible ex, like one of the ones that just keeps coming
yeah.
back. And you just want to bitch slap that bitch. Put her in her
Yes.
fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to be
Um,
somebody else's problem. Sorry.
no, you're good. So then I jumped all the way down to chapter 44 next. So Max, once Tasana comes out of it and everything, and she's like antsy with this energy and she's ready to go and train and stuff. And so Max starts teaching her immediately, first of all, how to hide away or shackle Riche. And so this scene, she's like imagining in her mind, looking for Riche in her mind, and she says it's like a bunch of cobwebs. It's dark and cobwebby and stuff. And then she's like, "Oh, I found him. He's like huddled in a corner. It's kind of like sleeping." And for some reason, I'm thinking like Tinkerbell. Why? Why am I thinking like Tinkerbell from Peter Pan, like curled up in the corner of her little cottage, like just kind of out of it when she finds him, and
I
then is able to like build a wall around him.
I thought that was really funny when I read that in your notes earlier. I was like, oh my God. Now who's got the Disney
I
references?
know, such a strange,
I haven't
like,
had one
why
yet, so
did
you
that
needed
pop into
one.
my mind? I don't know.
And I don't know. I'll just say this. Okay, this is also like another part where it just kind of like went back down for me. So
Mm,
like this roller coaster of am I liking this? Am I not liking this? I don't know.
okay.
So this is kind of a part where it went back down because like I know that's not exactly what's happening at the moment, but it's just like just feels weird that like we're going back to life, just training and just I don't know. I kind of thought like, oh, this is gonna be action now and whatever, but we're just like hanging out at home and we're putting Roche or Tinkerbell in timeout. Like, I don't know, just kind of dumb. And like the whole shit with like the sword and stuff that like
Hmm.
is also in this part that I don't think we talk about, but
It's later. It's
oh, is
later.
it a little bit later? Okay, but still,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of dumb. I don't know. It's just kind of dumb. And I'm so sorry, but it's just kind of dumb.
You don't have to apologize. It's okay. I think Max, because he's lived this, he's lived every minute that she is now living, he has knowledge on like, okay, this is the steps that we have to take. He knows that he can't like immediately like fight back up against it and get it out and all that stuff. So he's like, this is how we need to get you to learn immediately how to control this and yeah, control this thing instead
Okay.
of just going like balls to the wall fighting because he knows better. He's been there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sorry, excuse my yawn. That's how I feel about it, apparently. Okay, you can keep going. I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
All right. You're good. So chapter 44. So these vials that he got from Via that day, because she picked out her bottle of ink or whatever. And he
Yes.
had also gone in there and he just got these vials. Um, and I'm unsure now, but see, because I'm unsure if Richey is still in him and how that all works, but I thought maybe they were for him or something. Maybe not. Probably were for him just to cope with his life at the time. Um, anyways, he gives them to Tasana for the symptoms that come from hosting Richey. So there's like, I can't remember exactly what they were all for, but they're like different drugs, I guess you could say, medicines to help
Yeah.
with like putting her into a deep sleep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, so chapter 44, Zareth's predecessor, Azray, is the one who somehow procured Richey somewhere past Bezrith, and he conveniently died before anyone could find out exactly where it came from. So nobody has any information other than
Uh,
that. But I think it's
yeah.
going to be important that they're going to find that out
Oh, you think
later.
okay,
Oh yeah, I think that that's going to be part of this process is figuring out where it
where
came
she
from
came from?
and where Richey came from and all that.
I mean, okay, like it's a very feminine, childlike voice in the audiobook, so that's why I keep saying her. So
Interesting. Well, it does say that it's ch in the book. Yeah, it says it's childlike,
yeah, and
like
it's
almost innocent,
whiny
but
as fuck.
she, I bet it's annoying.
Oh, it's obscenely annoying, but
But she says how she thinks that it's like almost like playing, like using the voices, just another like
it
manipulation tactic.
almost like it's almost kind of yeah, it is. It's almost like I don't know, like if you go into a haunted house or something. Like I don't go in
Okay.
haunted houses because I'm a
No, me
fucking
neither.
wussy, but
Yeah, no.
um yeah, it makes me think of like, oh, I had this vision and I can't think what it is because I've never like seen the movie, but like I think it's called what hides beneath or something like that. It
Okay.
was like the only scary movie I ever watched. And I watched it with my mom one time when my dad was like out of town. And I don't even like it was when I was little and so lived in my other house. And so I was like super small. So I mean like maybe 10. Okay. Should not have been watching a rated R scary movie with my
Yeah.
mom while my dad's out of town. Anyway, I think
Jeez.
it's what lies beneath or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But this chick, like bony chick thing with like the long hair, she
Mm.
like crawls out of the
Mm-hmm.
fucking tub. Oh my God. And that's all I could think about, like in my head of
Oh.
this thing. And so yes, very like creepy, like playing with our food type of fucking
Uh-huh.
whack job type of shit.
Yeah, that's probably
Anyway,
accurate.
those are Leslie Joe's nightmares, just so we're all happy. Also, mom, screw you. That was mean.
Right.
That was mean. And I hope that you laid in bed without dad were also scared because I
Well,
couldn't call for my
probably.
daddy and you couldn't call for him either. We were both scared. You just won't admit that we were scared.
Oh man.
Anyway, I'm so sorry. I keep interrupting with the
You're
most random
good.
thoughts. But
You're
yes,
good.
the audiobook just makes it very childish, but also, yeah, just very whiny, but also creepy, I guess, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Well,
obnoxious how the
and they
narrator
describe
makes it
it,
creepy, if that makes
they
sense.
describe it as like neither male nor female, but yeah, with like this childish, almost
It's very,
naive
it
kind of
sounds like it's
voice
so high
and
pitched, like Tinkerbell, like makes sense with the voice.
uh,
Like it's fucking obnoxious. I
possessed
might just have to
Tinkerbell.
read those parts, just like pause it and then read it. And
Actually
then,
read those, yeah.
yeah, and then skip forward.
Yeah. All right. Moving on, 45.
Sorry.
You're fine. So Max visits Via's shop and tells her that he needs a weapon, and she doesn't seem surprised to see him at all. And then he asks for, so he first she pulls out like his old weapon, I guess, whatever. It's like a double-ended spear thing. Kind of sounds cool,
Yeah.
actually.
Actually sounds really cool. It kind of
Yeah.
sounds like okay, so all I was thinking when I read this note earlier was I was like, dude, it's like that freaking thing Joe had yesterday. The lightsaber thing that
Oh
was like
my
double
gosh.
ended, and he was trying to put the two lightsabers together or whatever for
Yes.
that for my kid that I keep almost saying his freaking name, and then like he was gonna swing around and be like cool, but he couldn't get it to go together, so he couldn't make it cool. And
Yep.
then my kid was
He's
just
like,
like, yeah,
here, let me
I'm
make this more
bored.
dangerous for you.
And then he was telling us the baton story. Like that's all I could think about when I read this note
That's
earlier. I'm so
hilarious.
sorry. I again have interrupted with the most
You're
random
fine.
thoughts. But this is what I'm thinking about during this. It's getting me through the book. It's cool. It's fine. It's great.
Okay, so she gives him back his old weapon, which he's surprised because she was supposed to like get rid of it, or he assumed that she would sell it, get rid of it, destroy it, something like that. And she's like, "No, I figured you'd need it again someday," so she held on to it. And then he asks for a weapon for Tasana, and then she says that she knew something was up.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember him talking about this, but so this may not have been an actual scene, but she says that she knew something was up when he asked about the Chrysalis,
Chrysalis.
which
I don't remember this
don't
one.
know
So
what that is. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we're hearing about this. And then she says that that's heavy shit.
yeah.
I'm like, interesting. Okay, so I think we don't know what this Chrysalis thing is or whatever, but um, and then she just says, so moving on to my next note here, still in 45, Via says that she just had a feeling that Tasana would also need a weapon one day. So she crafted a blade for her, curved and beautiful, out of both silver and gold, and she named it Il Sahaj, which is Besrithian, and it means blade of no worlds or blade of all worlds. So
Yeah. So that might
also
be kind of
a
where we're going with
clue,
the
kind of,
title
yeah.
of the bake. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a thought. Okay, back to
Mm-hmm.
the chrysalixics or whatever, and
Chrysalis.
says that's heavy shit. Like, what if it's like
Mm-hmm.
some kind of concoction, medicine type
Mm-hmm.
thing that she made for him when he was dealing with getting
Yeah, that
over
could be.
Rocher, or like to keep Rocher in the closet or
Yeah.
whatever, silence it,
Keep
whatever.
Tinkerbell in the corner.
Yeah, because isn't it not long after that that he gives her the medicine?
It's right after this,
Okay,
pretty
yeah, that's what I
much.
thought. So then maybe that's what it is. I mean, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, but maybe that's what Chrysalixis is.
Chrysalis. Yeah. Yeah, could definitely be. That's a good point.
Crylixis. That's not even close.
Nope, there's an X right in the middle of the word.
Crix,
Chrysalis.
which would be a Z sound.
Chrysalis? Would it?
Chrysalis?
I have no
Chrysalis?
idea. After the Y, I feel like it would be just
I don't
a
know. There's
X sound.
two. I don't know. I failed algebra. So anyway,
Okay. You failed algebra, so therefore we
I
can't read
did.
words.
Anything that has to do with X and Y is now I'm so confused. When we
Together in the
started
middle of the
adding them
word.
to math, I just gave up. I was like, I thought these were letters, but now it's math. Okay.
Okay, two more things here in plot points. First, so in chapter 47, Riche tries to kill Max through Tasana. But she's able to get it under control, which I do think that if it wanted to kill him, it would have.
Yeah.
I don't think she truly like, yeah, it let her get it under control at that point, but um, and then 48, our final chapter for this chunk, we just learn that they are leaving the next day for Threll.
Yep. Yep. To start this adventure. But I do like that he's like, I'm going with you. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you're not doing this alone, kind of thing, which is kind of cool. So, I mean, it is kind of back to that we'll do this together type of thing, but
Hmm.
still just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, but she's under the control of the orders now, pretty much.
Yeah. And if she
So,
wouldn't have got this, she would have listened to him and they would have ran away together.
yep.
We wouldn't have to like get the fucking worm out and we would feel better and we could
Hmm.
just be starting our adventures. But now we got
Hmm.
to deal with that, which probably won't happen until like 3/4 of the way through the last book.
Probably.
Well, what do I know?
We'll see.
Okay, quotes and honorable mentions.
I didn't have any this time.
Me neither. Love Island and who we're shipping to it.
I mean, Max and Sana. But
Yeah,
that's the only one I have, so that's it.
Roche, Roche, and anybody and everybody.
Well, Max really wants Max. A
Yes.
little like weird threesome thing going on now with Max and
Yeah,
Tasana and
it's a
Roche.
weird, it's a
I
weird
kind of did
threesome.
have that thought where I was like, ew, I don't like that, but
Yeah,
okay.
because if she's in their mind, well, she's trying to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of weird, kind of gross, kind of like that weird boil that like people have on the side of their
Yeah,
face that you're
yeah.
pretty sure is just a whole separate face. And you're like, does anybody actually like want to make love to? Probably not.
I know.
Okay, that was so off the rails. So, thoughts and theories. How are you feeling about this?
I'm loving it. I love it even more now. I'm super excited to see how things are gonna continue going. I did have the same thought as you, where I was also disappointed that she didn't listen to Max and that it didn't go that direction. Um, but I am also very curious to see how things go now with her having this inside of her. And I have a feeling that it's going to end up being the orders are kind of like the big bad right now, maybe, but it's going to end up being like a battle with gods. I think Richet is like some sort of like god parasite thing, and that's where this is going to end up. Maybe not in this book, but that's how this we're going to end up finding more history about Richet and where it came from and what its goal is, and it's going to end up being more of a godly fight battle, I guess. Um, I think that I don't know. I think things in Thrall are not going to go well. I feel like this is
Yeah,
going to be like it's going to kind of be a shit show these two
yeah,
weeks. And they're starting these wars, like you said, I agreed with that. Like they're starting these wars, because the orders are supposed to be like peaceful and middle ground. But it's all we've seen from them is they're
so far
taking
is
this
a
person out
lot
of
of
power and
violence.
taking that
Yeah.
person out of power, but they also seem to be under the queen, which we can't forget about this psychotic, prepubescent, hormonal 13-year-old queen that we have.
Yeah.
um, who's on the warpath to just off anyone and everyone. So I think there's a lot of mess going on. I think Nura is eventually going to grow maybe some sort of a backbone and actually, I think it's going to be slightly too late, but she's going to probably try and help them and end up on their side. Zareth is going to be terrible the whole time. I think
Yeah.
Voss is probably going to end up siding with Zareth in all of this. Um, I
Hmm.
think it's because of his bitterness and everything that's happened to him and stuff like that. Now he's going to want revenge on Tasana.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to end up being able to use him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna just see a lot of more. I think things are gonna go badly in Thrall. I kind of have a feeling that maybe the book's gonna end
In Thrall still.
in Thrall, or like they finish whatever they're doing it for those 2 weeks. Unless they end up unless they end up being gone for their 2 weeks and then somehow are able to like things go a totally different direction than what she doesn't come back or something and fight.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm really enjoying
And
it.
we don't even know where this war is happening, right?
It's there in Arin. It's like they're taking down the lords. The queen is trying to take down all these lords and
Oh,
like
okay.
take power from them, and they're trying to fight back. So that's where this war is starting, back in Arin, where
Right.
they're at
Gotcha.
now,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
which is the other continent. Thrall and Arin are two different continents.
Right. Yep.
So that's what I have. More
Not
thoughts and
bad.
theories, but do you have
Okay.
anything?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot,
Okay.
actually, surprisingly. Okay, so first off, I feel like I'm on a little kid roller coaster. Okay, you want to know how like how if I liked it more than I did last time.
Hmm.
Ever so slightly. Like I
Okay.
feel like I'm on a little kid's roller coaster, right? And I start to like uphill a little bit, like where things are like, oh, okay, like this, like okay, this is our turning point. Like things are gonna get better, and then back to nothing or whatever, or just like, and I get it, it's like maybe it's just not happening the way I think it should happen,
Hmm.
but it's still just like kind of in my head, some of it didn't make sense for the story. um and I'm not saying like the predictable ball thing, you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that that was
Hmm.
bad at all, and or would have turned me off from it. It was just, it was predictable.
Okay.
um and then okay, so I like your thoughts with Voss. So my big thing, like Voss came back and he's like, but what's his bucket brought him back. So he's gonna be left there probably in the veggie museum.
Yeah.
And I think that the vegetable also has more power in it. So I think
Hmm.
Rocher is like a lot of something, and we're
Yes.
only putting a little bit in. So we're putting little worms in everybody, and Boss is also going to have the worm. I
Yep.
think that they already have Cyril or whatever, and so she's going to be looking for nothing, and like some of her
Mm.
friends and stuff like that that are there. They already got them, and they are also going to probably turn them, or they're going to try and turn them, and it's going to kill them instead of make them veggies.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to have to avenge their death,
Mm-hmm.
just like a Sam Cortland. Wait, what? What did I say?
What?
Anyway,
We don't know who that is.
um, yeah. So I think something like a situation, something like that,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then that's what is like the oh fuck this. I'm not fighting for this shit. I want this out of me. And then like Roché's gonna be like, I'm gonna convince you that we can do this. And then Max is gonna be like, more drugs. It's called chlorophyll X. I'm gonna call it chlorophyll X.
Relax.
Chlorophyll X. Um, but yeah, I kind of see like that's kind of how we're going
Mm-hmm.
forward. Um, yeah. And I like your thought of that. This isn't actually, there's no contract or anything going on, blood bond or whatever
Mm-hmm.
the fuck it's called. Yeah. So I also wanted to mention that we talked about this last week, how I mentioned how I thought her mom was like a queen or of royalty,
Right.
right? So I went back and I read the prologue, the first couple of chapters actually,
Mm-hmm.
and I have some notes for you as soon as my
Oh,
Kindle
good.
wakes up. So this
I was
is
too lazy to go back and look.
no, you're good. It's a little what do I have? So this is page 6 in the prologue. It says the girl's mother, their leader, had not spoken to her as they were woken by the sounds of horses, hooves, and crying wives. Her only comfort was a quiet hand on the child's shoulder. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
their leader,
There
but
later.
not
Okay.
like her leader, not like the family's leader, their leader.
Yeah.
And then like
Okay.
later, so this is page 9.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so this is like basically her mom saying goodbye to her, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
for one final goodbye kiss or whatever. She straightened, lifted her chin as she looked from one slaver to the other, then back to her people, who
Mm-hmm.
lined up bound by rope. Then in a moment, she had never, okay, this, she's talking about her mom. She
Yep.
straightened, lifting her chin as she looked from one slaver to the other, then back to her people, who lined up bound by rope and chain. In that moment, she had never looked more a queen, noble and breathtaking,
Mm.
even as she offered her hands for binding.
Okay.
Does that not tell you that like she's a fucking queen?
Oh yeah.
So that's what I thought, but what do I know?
Well, there's definitely some serious. I still think that Tasana, there's some special stuff going on with her. She does not realize it. She's so tunnel minded, like
And I
just
think that
one
was
track
like okay.
mind. Go ahead.
And like on that, I thought that like okay, so like that test was Zareth or whatever.
Hmm.
So they'd already tested her blood. So it went with whatever. So this she is special. She's special kind of magic. She's
Yeah.
not broken and fragmented. She's okay, she is fragmented. But like
Yeah.
she's a mix of both of the fucking shits for sure.
Oh yeah.
Is she godly? I don't know. But she also like her mom had green eyes, and one of her
Hmm.
eyes is green and one of her eyes is white.
Like white. Yeah.
White or
Like
silver. I
white
can't remember.
silver
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah. Hmm.
So like okay, so then she's queenly, mom's queenly. We don't say hear anything about dad. Like not a damn drop
Nope.
about her father
Nope.
yet. So, is he godly? And that's why she's like
Maybe.
this weird mix. Is that why
Hmm.
she has so much more power, obviously, than other people that we're not
Hmm.
seeing yet? And
Hmm.
then Zareth is like, okay, I want you to push me out because like he's trying to do all that shit and make her like test that strength of like, can you shield me out and all these kind of things.
Hmm.
And then he's able to see like, yeah, she's got like a massive amount of power or whatever that she can push out from all this bullshit. And that's why she would be the perfect weapon on our side. We don't want her against us. We want her on our side.
Right.
And I think that's how she knows that she would take like the magic or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So those are all my kind of like little thoughts on that are going forward. And like because of I went back and I read that for sure. I was like, okay, like that's kind of like piecing some shit together. I feel like, but I could be out in left field again. I don't know.
I don't think you are. I think that that definitely pieces some things together.
And like to
And
me, like that, like that's what I said. Like why I thought last time I was like, no, her mom's like a queen. I
yeah,
mean, it doesn't straight up say her mom is a queen, but she's never looked more like a queen. And then noble and
right.
whatever other words they use. It's just kind of like, and her people and their people and just
Oh yeah,
strange.
100%. Some sort of leadership. Yeah, royalty totally sounds like it.
Yeah. And mom's like, oh, my daughter can get out. Fuck yeah, take her.
Yep.
Get her out of here, kind of thing. It's very also interesting. I
I'm
mean,
also
yeah, like any parent would be like that, but at the same
right.
time, I don't know. It's interesting as shit.
I think I'm also thinking because now that you're saying those things too, because I didn't doubt that, I just missed it. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and no, I think like you said, because I also had the thought like we don't know who her dad is. So we also don't have a lot of history on how the orders came into being and like the whole magics thing, and we don't know much about that, which is frustrating me. I want to know
Other than it came from the one guy and the one chick, and then one of
exactly.
them's like the fire earth magic, and the other's
One of them is the
mind magic and thoughts and
one of them is like the
shit,
yeah, Solary, and the
illusions.
other are the Valtane.
Yep. The
Um,
Altane have like the thought magic and the
they're like the white-haired, white-skinned ones, and then
illusion. Yeah.
the Solary are like Max. They're like just normal features, darker normal features or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, so we don't know much about that. We also don't know much about Rocher, except for the whole like it was found on the coast of wherever it was, Besrith or something like that,
Supposedly found.
which nobody knows anything about any of that. So what if her dad, like you're saying, could be like godly? What if her father comes from this place where Rocher was found?
Yeah.
And yeah, that would explain like some of like her magic and stuff. What if maybe her dad is Azray, the guy who supposedly found this Rocher and then mysteriously dies right before they can
Could
have
be.
any information about it? I don't
Could
know.
be. And that could
Potential
be
thoughts,
why.
theories.
Well, no, she was somewhere before she was in Throw.
Yeah, she's originally Nyrazine or
Not,
whatever is her thing,
yeah,
but I can't remember where exactly the first, like where she was when she was taken, because I don't think it was that. That's like her genetics, her origin.
nationality or
Yeah,
whatever.
nationality,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for. But I don't remember where they were like living during that time either. So what her
Okay.
mom would have been like the queen over.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. I feel like we had some pretty good thoughts and theories
We
for
did some
possibly
good
moving forward
conversation.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially after talking oh several hours yesterday, and
Yeah.
then
I
we
really
still have
wanted to
more to
ask
talk
you
about.
yesterday about the book, but I was like, I knew we were going to record
If
today,
it came
so I
up,
didn't want to.
I was like, we're either gonna have to go make the kid or make the boys come up and sit with the kids so that we can go
Uh-huh.
talk about this
Yep.
because we're just gonna go off on tangent, or we have to like not even
Not.
approach the
I know.
topic.
I really wanted to ask some questions, but then I was like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait.
I did too. I was like, oh shit,
Yep,
we
I know.
shouldn't do this. It's okay. We had other things to talk about as well,
Yeah.
and children to watch.
Lots of
So,
children. Not lots, four of them, but you know,
or I mean, my
they kind of feel like a lot sometimes.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't see much of the
No,
other
that's true.
three.
The
It
other
was
three
just
were
the
just
one
they were gone doing who knows what.
being boys.
They were being
The
boys.
funniest thing is the oldest one is the one that sat on the anthill.
Yeah.
Anyway, cry counter.
Oh, 0.
Me too. No surprise there, but no tears of boredom this time.
Well,
So,
that's good.
yeah,
A little bit of progress.
just a little bit. Well, we hope you all have enjoyed this episode and reading and discussing with us. Next week, we'll be continuing with Daughter of No Worlds with chapters 49 through the end of book one.
If you can't wait until next week to continue talking about Daughter of No Worlds, jump over to the Fable app and discuss with us spoiler-free chapter by chapter.
And as always, buddy reading any book with book besties is so much fun.
So make sure to share our podcast with your book besties, and if you don't have any book besties,
then become one of ours. And until next week, fill those drinks with ice.
And your books with spice.
Bye.
Bye.